Okay, so this week we do have a couple more pairs than we did last week. I think this week we have about 7. So I did analyze all of these pairs earlier today, and then I just chose the 7 that I thought were the best for this week. So I'm going to go through and explain what I'm waiting for this week and what needs to happen for me to take a trade. So the first pair I have on here is GBP AUD. So for this one, I'm waiting for a 4-hour rejection of this area right here. So if we go through the top-down analysis, we can see the weekly is bearish. It's lower low, lower high up here. Our daily is bullish. It's a higher high, higher low. And our 4-hour is bearish. We have lower low, lower high there. So what I'm waiting for is for this 4-hour, it made it back to this area where it's been before and sold from. We have multiple points of that happening. So what I'm waiting for is the same thing. I'm just waiting for this right here to give me a 4-hour rejection. And once that 4-hour rejection happens, then I'll be looking for an entry to enter this trade. And I think the entry is going to be sometime in London, I believe, because if this 4-hour rejects, then during London, I believe there's going to be an entry to enter this trade. So the next pair is Euro AUD. And this one looks similar to GBP AUD. You can see it has the same bearish movement down. It's currently at an area of interest as well. So this one I'm also waiting for a 4-hour rejection. And if we look at the top-down analysis, we can see the weekly is bearish. Daily is also bullish, just like how GBP AUD was. And the 4-hour, as we saw earlier, it is bearish. Lower low, lower high. So I'm just waiting for the same thing, a 4-hour rejection, and then once that rejection happens, then I'll be waiting for an entry. And this one might also be during that London session, which I'm not going to enter both of these. I'm going to pick one of these two if they both have that 4-hour rejection and just enter one of those. I'm not going to enter 2 trades at the same time. And this one was also a sell. And then the next pair I saw on here was USD CHF. So this one I am also selling. We can see the weekly is bearish. Here's lower low, lower high. We have our daily that's bearish, lower low, lower high. And our 4-hour is also bearish, lower low, lower high. So for this one, what I'm waiting for is a 4-hour retest of this area. 4-hour retest. So I'm waiting for price to come up to one of these 3 areas, since the 4 hours bearish, lower low, lower high from here. and there's a couple of areas where it's sold from. So this is what the first area where we can have that first sell. But if price breaks above this area, then I'll be waiting for a retest of this area here. But if there's no rejection and price continues to go up, then this is the last area where I'm looking for to enter for a sell. But I don't think it's gonna make it all the way up to here. It could make it to one of these first two areas, have a rejection, and then I can have a entry to sell to a new 4-hour lower low. So we'll just have to wait to see what happens. So this one's also a sell. The next pair I had on here is NZD CAD. So NZD CAD's a bit different. So this one is bearish on the weekly. So go to weekly, it's bearish. If we look at the daily, our daily is also bearish right here. And then our 4-hour is currently bullish. So what I'm waiting for is a 4-hour shift. So I'm waiting for this 4-hour to shift under this line I have right here. Now it's bearish. And then from there, I'll be waiting for it to give me a retest, just like it's done here. There's been a couple of retests there. Pretty sure there's more in the past. But waiting for that retest and then give me a rejection so that way I can enter for a sell. So this one, I don't think it's gonna be this London session. I believe like around Tuesday, if this happens. So that's why I have waiting for 4-hour shift. The next pair is AUD USD. So this one's similar to NZD CAD. They're pretty much in the same spot. So this one, the weekly is bullish. So weekly is bullish. Daily on this one is bearish. And for the 4-hour, I am waiting for that same 4-hour shift. So I'm waiting for this 4-hour to shift bearish, retest an area, and then once it gives me that rejection, then I'll be entering sells on AUD USD. The next pair is USD CAD. So this one I am selling. So we have the weekly, it is bullish. The daily is bearish, so we can see it's higher high, higher low, lower low, so it is bearish. And the 4-hour here is also bearish. So what I'll be waiting for is a daily retest. I'm waiting for this to retest this area of interest here, have a rejection, and then once that rejection happens, look for an entry to enter. As we could see, this area here tends to have price go down and stay under it. So since we come back, we have a rejection, then I'll be looking to enter for sells. And then our last pair on the list is GBP NZD. This one I'm also looking for sells, and I'm also waiting for a daily retest, just like USD CAD. So this one we have our weekly as bearish. Our daily is also bearish, and our 4-hour is also bearish. and I'll just be waiting for this day to retest here, give me a rejection, and once I get that rejection, then I'll be looking for an entry to sell. So those are all the pairs I have for this week. I'm not going to enter every single pair. Most likely I'll just enter 1 or 2 of them, and I'll hold them either to a 1 to 2, or if they happen to go further than that, then I'll continue holding. So these are the pairs that I'm looking for this week. So we'll just see what happens, and make sure to follow me on Instagram at Mojica Markets, where I'll update whether I took a trade or not. And if I'm in a trade, then I'll update on the progress of that trade.